Dr. David Murphy here, continuing the conversation about pain, a particular persistent pain that continues for a long time and the associated emotional suffering that inevitably goes with it, to talk about treating both the physical pain and the emotional suffering. So I'd like to go back to the analogy I used in an earlier video of how we process that physical sensation throughout the body and in the brain, and then that gets associated with the suffering. It is like, I thought it was like a sporting event that's being broadcast live. There are many cameras that are filming the event or broadcasting the event, and there's a director who decides which camera is going to be broadcast at any particular moment. Might move from one camera to another. There's a play-by-play commentator who commentates on what's actually happening, and then a color commentator who offers all sorts of judgments and feedback about what players are doing or what they're not doing. Down on the field, there's an interviewer, usually asking players how they feel about how the games went, or how they feel about winning or losing. They ask for their emotional feedback on their experience. And all that information then is transmitted through a cable that comes to a television. And as we're watching that event on the television, we have controls on the TV. We can turn the volume up or down. We can make it color. We can make it black and white. We can blur it. There's a lot of things we can do to the image and to the sound that we receive that may have nothing to do with what was originally transmitted. So I'd like to talk about the director. The director decides which camera is being shown. There might be many cameras on one side of the field, above, below, around. There are many cameras. As I show you now some, what I hope are some calming scenes, of peaceful scenes in the morning. So the director decides what camera is going to be shown, and the different cameras give different feedback about what has been going on in the game. And we see that particularly where there's a contentious call by the referees. They show the play from all sorts of different angles. If, however, the event was only shown with one camera, we'd not get the whole picture. And in the same way then, we have these cameras that are all controlled by particular beliefs, assumptions we make about the world, assumptions we make about ourselves, and they all filter the different information that comes from those cameras in the body and in the mind. An example of that is that we do need to update that information from time to time. We might be using one camera when a different camera is much, much better and is more attuned to the needs we have in the present time, the present place, because of the pain that's going on. Trying to live a life as if it's pain-free tends to be frustrating and unsuccessful. And we need to adapt. We need to use a different camera to view the world as it is, rather than how we believe it should be. For example, I moved over to North America over 40 years ago now, and I changed one of those cameras. I learned to look at the world completely differently, and frankly, it saved my life and many thousands of lives ever since. I learned to drive on the wrong side of the road. And it was necessary, because if I hadn't, I'd been kicked out of here a long time ago for causing accidents and refusing to live life as it is and believing life is as it was. So we need to update those cameras. We need to update our point of view. We need to update our beliefs about the world, our beliefs about ourselves, and bring them up to date. I'll talk more about that, but think about that. Start to look at the world using different cameras, different filters on the cameras, and you might find that life goes a lot easier. Live life as it is now, rather than attempting to live life as it was then. I'm Dr. David Murphy. I'll talk to you again. Stay well, stay healthy. Goodbye for now.